What are you laughing about?
Tape. That was 4. And now I'm being rude in England. Oh, I give up.
She's always making fun of me. She's always laughing at me. You see what I have to put up with, folks? Mm-hmm. At least when Beardo's here, I've got a buffer.
Yeah. It sits between us.
But he's not here.
But then I just encourage him to make fun of you too.
That's true. Everyone seems to make fun of me.
Oh, it's just because we like you. We don't tease people we don't like.
Welcome to another episode of Play It. I'm Nick with a K.
Nick with a C.
And I'm sporting the beard again.
Yep.
I just haven't shaved recently. I've been kind of lazy. That and the razors that I have are like cheap ones.
Yeah.
I hate shaving with cheap razors because razor burn.
Okay, but the non-cheap ones are so expensive. Who can afford them?
You realize that the razors for men are very expensive.
Oh yeah, I know. I work in retail.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
That's where I was going. They're so expensive. Who can afford them? Just grow a beard and let it go.
Well, if my job would let me, and if my wife would let me, my beard would be down here.
Oh God. It's just like suddenly.
And I'd like braid it like a dwarven beard or something. Like it would be so cool.
It's nerd time with the Nicks and Beardo.
But anyway, welcome to Play It. What are we talking about today?
I have ideas. I would like to talk about Flash games.
Flash games.
You know,
I haven't played Flash games in a long time.
I've never played them. I just discovered them. I found this site where you can just download games that people are making themselves, which is really cool to me because they're just like regular people like you and me and they're making games. And some of the games are just like they're so... You don't expect that because it doesn't look good and the gameplay is non-existent. And then suddenly there's a story that just...
I think the last Flash game I played was Tower of Goo.
Never heard of it.
I think it's called Tower of Goo. You've got like blobs and you have to like build a tower and connect them
that's really cool.
and everything. It's an architect game. Hard though.
I played 3 yesterday. The one was just a really simple rock, paper, scissors, and then you had to create towers to shoot materials to build your towers bigger. It's hard to explain. Very simplistic, and I like played it for like 3 hours and I was like, what am I doing? This is what? But then I played this other one called Kingdom. Just really another really simple side scroller kind of idea where you recruit people for your kingdom and monsters attack and you have to kill them and blah blah blah. Kind of fun. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a dating game because my friend, she loves dating games. So I was curious. I want to try one, right? So anyway, it's called Blind Date. And it starts really simple. You're sitting with this girl and you have a conversation, but then she turns evil and she's like saying things like,
so basically like a bunch of my exes.
There you go. She's like, you've always been alone. You're always going to be alone. You're a horrible person. You should just kill yourself. And she's just going on. And then she says, so what are you going to do? Are you going to go? Are you going to stay? And I was like, I'm going to stay. I don't know why I chose that. I just chose that. And it turns out it was all in his head. And the room clears and the real girl walks in and it just gave me goosebumps because we all go through that or we talk to ourselves like that, right? It was really just mind-blowing to me.
The whole you're no good, blah, blah. I've only actually had one ex like that.
Oh, really?
And that was after I broke up with her that she started saying that stuff.
I've never had anyone like... I've dated a lot of really nice people. We just didn't...
mesh.
Yeah, it wasn't a good match. And half the time they never knew it.
Like...
And I felt bad.
Of all my exes, I'm only friends with one.
Yeah.
And that's only like... It was... We're still friends. We still talk on Facebook occasionally. That like she's got her own family. She lives in West. Like I wouldn't mind visiting her again, right? Because I mean, she was a friend first, and then she was a girlfriend, and now she's a friend again, right? And
see, I've only ever I've never dated friends before, so we don't continue once we.
She wasn't like a before we started dating. She wasn't a big friend, because she was dating a friend of mine, and after they broke up, and after a while I said to this guy, me and him, we were walking along, I said, hey, would you mind if I asked so-and-so out?
Bro code.
And he's like, no, go for it.
Yeah.
If he would have said no, I wouldn't have asked her out.
Yeah. Which is how it should be.
Exactly.
I could never date someone a friend dated. And this is like so getting off topic, but whatever. I couldn't do it.
Because, we stay on topic on this show.
Oh, I know, right? But I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I've considered it because there was this really confusing mess where someone tried to set me up with this guy and he asked out my girlfriend instead. And then afterwards they were trying to set me up with him again. And I was like, I know things now. I don't think
Yeah, see that would have been weird.
Yeah.
But enough about play date.
Blind date. Mind-boggling game. I think I've ruined it now, so there's no point playing.
Now, do you only play from the viewpoint of a guy, or can you play from the girl's viewpoint too?
I don't know. I only played it the one time, and it devastated me so much I couldn't replay it because it just really made me sad.
I might have to check this game out just to see.
Yeah.
See this. No doubt, obviously it's an indie game.
Oh yes.
I actually played an indie game recently that I got free on PlayStation Network because I'm a PS Plus member.
Yay.
And I had heard about it when it was in development. And I'm like, okay, that's different. And so I played it. You can either use a controller or a guitar.
Oh, fun.
Like the Rock Band guitar.
Yeah.
Because it's a rhythm game.
Oh,
It's called Retrograde. And what it is do you ever remember those games like Gradius or Super R-Type where you're up a jet and you can move up and down on the screen and it's progressing like it's a side scroller?
I've never played it, but I think I know what you're talking about.
And you're like, shooting at things. Well, it's that, but in reverse.
Oh.
And the whole thing is rhythm based. So like, you got coming across the screen from the right side. There's things, and then you got to hit them, and you got to move. There's only 3 levels.
Yeah.
But then behind you are the enemy shots, so you have to dodge those.
Ugh.
And then there's like shots from the front that are like waves, and you got to follow, and it goes like this. And the game is moving backwards the entire time. You're playing the story in reverse. And it's interesting. Like it doesn't have a lot of replay value.
Yeah.
But it's beyond going higher difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really cool and it's different.
It's cool. It is cool.
And I enjoyed it. And the music, it was very kind of a techno, almost dubstep. It was really
keep you entertained.
Yeah, it was almost like music that you'd hear in an 8-bit or 16-bit game.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not 8-bit, 16-bit. And yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
And that was what I was playing recently, but I was also playing Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
From Telltale Games. They're the ones behind The Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, Borderlands. They've done Minecraft now.
Oh,
wow. Back to the Future. It's an episodic game. I've gotten partway through the first episode and it parallels the first movie.
Okay.
And
so no surprises.
Well, you're playing as different characters.
Yeah.
You're not playing and you play characters that are associated with characters from the movie.
Right.
And you actually in the first level or one of the second level, sorry, you're playing a little girl and you got to look through binoculars to find a triceratops. And you'll see certain points where there's a magnifying glass, you press the button and there'll be some interaction between her and her dad. But there's one where there's a Jeep. And you focus on the Jeep and he goes, oh, that must be Mr. Hammond's guess. Referencing.
Oh, yeah. So you're watching from the outside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then there's other stuff that happens and you actually have to, there's one point where you have to play as Dennis Nedry when he's getting attacked by the spitter. Which I can never remember their name.
I love that.
Dilophosaurus or something like that. The frill.
Yeah. They got half of the dinosaurs wrong anyway, but whatever.
That's my impression of the spitting frill.
I know. They were so cute.
And Battlefield 3. I'm not won't talk too much about Battlefield 3, but it's a war game.
Yeah.
I loved it. Way better than Call of Duty in my opinion. Because it's got the storyline, while not fantastic, was better
Okay.
And it's got like cover deformation. So if there's someone hiding behind cover, you keep hitting that cover with gunshots and it's going to crumble away.
Oh, I'm so glad you continued. I thought you said color deformation. I was like, whoa.
Cover deformation. Meaning cover can be destroyed.
Okay. That could have been real awkward.
Yeah, do you think? Anyway, I think that's enough for today. Make sure you tune in for Log It and watch it. And if you haven't already done so, you know what buttons to press down there.
Like, subscribe.
And comment. I won't comment.
Yay.
I'm just going to keep doing this. Thanks for watching. See you in the future.
Or in the past.
It's going to make fun of me. Maybe I'm a T-Rex trying to type.
Maybe. But if they're watching full screen, there's nothing below except their desk, and they're like, what are you pointing at?
Then push the buttons on the keyboard.